Hello, this is wmpyr. For today's lesson, I want to talk about a Fight Quest TV show that I was watching that had to do with kalari payatu. That was the episode, and they went to India to go practice in that style, and it is just an amazing, beautiful style that I wish that I personally could train in, but it's not available here where I'm at. But anyway, I think Fight Quest is a really good show, and that episode is one that I've seen many times, and I really like it. Now, I want to focus on something that happened in that episode that was tragic, but also a very important thing that I feel that you guys can benefit from, okay? Especially when you're training in Filipino martial arts or other styles that do weapons training, okay? What happened was Doug accidentally basically hurt his training partner, all right, and cut him. They were training with actual swords, and he split the guy's lip pretty bad, and the guy had to go to ER and stuff like that. So anyway, an interesting thing that they said was that is part of kalari payatu, meaning I think that there's a deeper meaning behind that, you know, feeling bad about it and, you know, trying to learn the lesson here that you need to be, you know, responsible for the actions that you take and blah, 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 blah. You know, so that there's definitely a deeper meaning there, which to me is very interesting. But on a technical point of view, okay, I can tell you this, that not too long ago I was asked in Eskrima, why do they strike unrealistic looking? Okay, so when this person told me that they saw some videos on YouTube of people training Filipino martial arts in Eskrima, and this person said that the strikes look very unrealistic. And on not every video probably is like that. I'm sure there's plenty of guys on YouTube and plenty of Filipino martial arts practitioners that practice at a high level or practice full contact, practice very realistically, but I can understand what this person is saying. And my response to this person was basically, the first thing that you need to do when you're learning sticks, knives, karambit, balisang, as long as it's for combat, all right, from a martial arts standpoint, the first thing you need to do is develop control. Okay, so control means it's going to be unrealistic, okay? So instead of just going crazy and just hitting as hard as you can at the target, which is, hey, whatever works, just make it happen, hit the target. That's not what you're doing here. What you're doing here is, it doesn't matter if you miss the target, make sure that you are in control. Okay, that's what you're doing here. Make sure that you're controlling it, and you're basically going to end up tapping sticks. So that's what we're doing here. We're tapping sticks, boom, boom, boom. So this is not necessarily a realistic way that we're striking, okay? But you need to have this kind of control, because if not, you're going to hurt your partner, you're going to hurt yourself, and then you're not going to be able to train. So it just makes sense. In the beginning, the first level is to develop the control, okay? Now this may sound like, oh, well, wmpyr, I already know this. Everybody knows this. Well, actually not, because what we teach in the beginning, or what I teach, and a lot of other Filipino martial arts guys, they teach the angles of attack. So in the angles of attack, you're not necessarily controlling the stick. You're doing full motions. 1, 2. These are full motions. Okay, you're not going 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, you see what I just did right now? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 versus 1, 2. See how I'm stepping in? Now I'm already too close to the camera, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4. See, it's totally different. The body mechanics is not the same, all right? So what you are going to practice in the beginning should be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, like that, okay? But when you do partner training, you don't do it like that. You're going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That part right there, okay, that is very important to understand that for solo training, you want to do the follow through, you want to, you know, almost exaggerate the motions, okay, and put in some power in there so you know how your body is supposed to move. But when you go to partner training, it's all about control. So even if you inhibit your natural power, even if you inhibit that, control it. That's more important. The accuracy, the precision, and timing, and most of all, controlling it. All right, so that you don't hurt them and you don't hurt yourself. Okay, that's what's important there. So the second level, once you can do that, the second level should be, now that you have been practicing this with power by yourself, not with partner training, but by yourself, that if you do slow it down, because you already know what it feels like and it looks like when you put in power like that, that even if you go 10%, that you could still be truthful in body mechanics. You could still be truthful to how the body mechanics is supposed to look. You know, you could still be right. Instead of most students, when I ask them to go 50%, 30%, what happens is the form goes to crap. The body mechanics becomes really, really poor, all right? And that's not right, okay? If you slow it down, you should still have good body mechanics. Boom, you know? Even if the power's not there, your body should still be able to have the same type of movement if you were doing it with power, all right? So that's the second level, to be able to do that. Once you can do that, then the third level is to apply that with a partner. Now you can apply that with a partner because now you have control with power. Okay, so you know how to hit hard, but you can control it. Okay, so once you can do that, you're going to notice two things, and this is extremely important, and this is the key to what happened to Doug and his training partner in the Kalari episode. Basically what happened is when you're working with a partner and you know how to go with power and control, you're going to notice that you can hit your partner even if they block it. Okay, so if I attack like this and they block, all right, then if I attack like that and they block it, they're going to be successful. But if I attack like this and if they block it, if I have that follow through, I'm going to notice that I could still tag them. All right, there's going to be openings, and if I go long enough, I still can hit them. I can, if this was a blade, I can still cut them. You're going to notice that. So basically, then you need to discover that. That's part A for this third level. And then part B is to know how to block that. So if you are blocking against an opponent that is going to keep going, all right, so you defend, but they're going to keep going and still try to hit you, to learn how to defend against that. So that's why blocking alone isn't good enough. You have to block and evade. You have to evade in the proper direction, or you might run into their attack, because their attack is continuing. They're still seeking for other targets as they attack. So that's part B, to learn how to defend against that. You're not going to be able to do this properly unless, once again, you've developed, you know how to do it with power and you know how to do it with control, because if not, you're going to hurt each other all day. And that's exactly what happened was Doug did a full follow through when he should have been doing meat weapon to, you know, shield or other weapon or whatever, where it should have just been tapping, basically. And yeah, of course, that's not going to look as good at that point, but at his level, that's what he should have been doing. And then as he gets better, then he's able to do more, this kind of motion. He's able to put in more, but he has the control. And then at that point, you also start practicing once again, how can you still hit the person, and the other person, how can they still block that kind of attack? So I thought this was a very important lesson to be learned from this interesting TV show. So anyway, I hope that makes sense. Thank you for watching, and take care, folks.